moment, I would like, thank you. At this moment, I would like to turn over the floor to our interpreters. Spanish interpretation, you have the floor. Please give your instructions.
Instrucciones. Good evening. This message is going to be in Spanish, offering interpretation services. Buenas noches, bienvenidos y bienvenidas para escuchar esta reunión en español. Por favor, marque desde su teléfono el número 347-966-4114 e ingrese el código de conferencia o número PIN 836-079-419, símbolo numerario. Repito, para escuchar esta reunión en español, por favor marque desde su teléfono el número 347-966-4114 e ingrese el código de conferencia 836-079-419, símbolo numeral. Por favor, asegúrense de poner sus teléfonos en silencio cuando accesen a la línea en español para evitar sonido de fondo. Muchas gracias. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mandarin interpretation, you now have the floor to provide your instructions.
各位家长晚上好。若需要国语翻译的，请打专线电话347-966-4114，密码呢是775-479-902。输入密码后，请再按井字。进入之后，请家长们按星6静音。若有任何登录问题，请在聊天室留言。Thank you.
Thank you so much. Haylene, can we now move into a roll call?
Sure. Christy Angel,
Present.
Teresa Arias, Jamaica Collins,
Present.
Andrea Daniels,
Present.
Christy Montalban,
Present.
Shanique Johnson,
Present.
John Herman, I know he's out today, and Vanessa Borrero.
Present.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have 5 members. We don't have quorum right now.
Okay, thank you. In the interest of time, we'll go ahead and move on in an unofficial capacity. If Ms. Arias is present and does show up, please let me know so we can move forward with quorum and any voting that we may need to do in the meeting. Council members, you have the agenda in front of you. Are there any amendments to the agenda for tonight? If there is no objection, then the agenda is adopted. The first item on the agenda is for our council minutes. You have the minutes from our January 17th joint business and calendar meeting. Are there any corrections? If there are no corrections, the minutes are approved. Our next item of business, which we will probably have to come back to, is the legislative breakfast dates. As we have been moving into that on the back end in order to support Chair Butler, the dates we originally voted on for the 13th and 14th are not now available at Tweed. The dates that are available that we will need to vote on, if we are unable to do so tonight, we will do so and add it to our special meeting. The new dates are March 8th, 15th, 18th, 22nd, and the 29th. What I would like to discuss briefly is how people feel about those dates. My personal opinion would be that we move it a little bit further back, like the 22nd or 29th, just so that we have a little bit more time to contact the different legislators that we want to have present. Does anyone else have any feedback in regard to that as we go into discussion?
Well, I know we can't do the 18th because that's the town hall.
True. Are you opposed to pushing it back to the 22nd or the 29th?
I'm not.
The 29th probably, that's Good Friday. I don't think that's a good day.
So the 22nd looks like our better day.
22nd.
What Tweed is going to ask of us is to have 2 dates. So are we comfortable with saying the 15th or the 22nd?
That's the way it looks.
Okay.
The 22nd is spring break. The kids are off.
I think spring break is
29th,
in April.
holiday. True, like she said, Ms. Butler.
Say it again.
The 29th is also a holiday, like Ms. Butler said.
Yeah, it's 2 holidays.
So the 22nd and 29th, I think is holidays. Kids are off and everything.
The 22nd of March. Am I
Yes.
looking at the right month?
22nd of March.
There's a holiday?
Not a holiday.
It's not a
The kids are
holiday.
just school that
Okay.
week, is it?
Then
They're
we
just-
may need to, if the 20, we may just not have an extra date, and we may have to
29th
try to
is a
expedite
holiday,
school
right?
for the 22nd.
It's a holiday.
Yeah.
That may be a
Oh,
possibility.
not the 22nd, I'm sorry, it's the 29th is a holiday.
Okay, so if we do have someone come back in and we're able to make quorum, we can go ahead and just try to move with the 22nd so that we can try to confirm that on tomorrow, worst case scenario. The D75 reps regarding support. Co-President Daniels, do you want to speak on that? Or would you like me to speak in that space?
You can speak on that.
Okay, currently, we have Ms. Butler and myself and Co-President Daniels. We've all shown up to the subcommittee that the that the council has voted to work in conjunction with CCSE. It actually has been going really well. We are keeping a list of the D75 reps, and we will be hopefully moving forward soon with sending out a little bit more information or finding out what's going on and how we can continue to support them. We do have another meeting coming up on this Friday. So members, we will send that information out to you because we do want everyone to be actively involved so that our D75 seats know that we are here to support them. We are the face of the district, helping our council members, our parents, and our representatives. Ms. Butler, if there's any other space that we can continue to support you as you work as our point person, please do let us know. The next space is our Chancellor's Town Hall. That will be on March 18th. Haylene, I don't want to misspeak. Are you able to drop the flyer in the chat for me? It's on Spruce Street, but I don't have the school's
I'll drop it in the chat. Will do.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. So we do have this information up. It will go up on the website. We have distributed it to our families through the Remind app, etc. What we are asking is that parents submit questions for the chancellor through our survey. So we will make sure to have that out on social media and on the website so that we can have your voices be heard. Also, you will have the opportunity to submit questions in person at the town hall as well. Let's see if there are any parents who will be needing ASL or sign language for the meeting. If you could please email the council at d75council@schools.nyc.gov. We will need to get a head count on that so that we can make sure to have ASL available again this year. I do believe that is the updates for that.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead.
Is we gonna be submitting the questions ahead of time or the day of for the town hall?
We will not be submitting them ahead of time. We're going to make a spreadsheet for the council members, and then we're going to break it down into topics, something similar to what we did with OPT last night.
Okay.
And then we'll
All
be able to narrow down some of those questions, but we will bring the entire list and then allow parents to still ask questions. And the list of questions that we receive will get to the chancellor so that all of the questions will be answered one way or the other.
Okay, I just wanted clarity. Thank you.
Okay, more than welcome. More than welcome. Are there any other questions regarding the town hall? All right, hearing none, I will move on to the next topic. We have the council budget review changes amendments. This will need to be postponed to probably our special meeting if we do not have quorum here shortly, and that is okay. We're looking to have a special meeting. It was originally going to be February 27th, but I think we may make adjustments to that date. Do council members have a preference of date for a special meeting so that we can go over our purchase orders? We have to have these items closed out, I think by the 6th of March, and that's the same day as our meeting. So we'll want to create purchase orders for catering that'll be happening for the awards dinner, for payment of an annual report writer. And there is one other purchase order that we'll need to think about in addition to the budget. Any changes that we'll be making on the budget will need to be made at that time also, and we will be committed to the funds in the exact places that we leave them at that time. So we'll definitely be trying to add that to a special meeting. Does anyone have any opposes to the 27th, or do we want to have it a little bit earlier?
Well, I can't do the 26th. I think I told you that already.
Okay, so the 27th, does that work for other members in regard to a special meeting? It will be virtual.
Yeah, that'll work for me because I go away the next day.
Okay, okay. So Haylene, can we make sure to just keep note of that? We have it in our tracker, but I want to just keep note so that we can get that out to the members as soon as possible to save the date.
Okay.
The next space, thank you so much, Haylene. The next topic is our Include NYC. The outreach committee is going to be showing up for the council to help Include NYC, to do our booth there. We're going to be giving out resources and helping parents who do stop by our booth. There are going to be over 360 different resources, from summer camps or care coordinators, anything that you could possibly think of. It's a wealth of information. It is a great space. It's from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. And I can drop the link once we get down to the bottom. I'll drop the link into the chat so that members and parents are able to join into that meeting. I have a quick question for council members. I know that Co-President Daniels has stated that she'll be able to pop in. I know that Vice President Montalban has stated that she will be able to pop in as well. This is a virtual online thing. We will hold your hands for any members who do want to come in and be a part of this. So with that said, are any members that we haven't spoke to, are you available to help and volunteer in the virtual space at any point and or time between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. on Saturday? If not, it's totally okay, but we want to make sure that you know that you are.
Yeah, I can.
Ms. Butler?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I will make sure that you are registered and have the information that you need. Did anyone else raise a hand or no? If not, then I'll just make sure Ms. Butler is a part of it. If you do change your mind, please do reach out to the council and we'll make sure to accommodate you. The next space, joint public hearings. Co-President Daniels, do you want to take that part? Or Haylene, can we pull
Unless
up?
you want Mr. Holgard to explain, I think he's here.
Say it again.
Mr. Holgard was here. You want him to explain it about the hearing?
Actually, no, not particularly this part. There's certain things that we want to talk to the district with to make sure that we have a lot of clarity on our support in our spaces within the different schools, with what if they're truncating, if they're merging, so that we know what positions we're being in. We're fully aware, everyone's read what they need to read, so that we come into support correctly at the public hearings. With that being said, Co-President.
Well, I already said I could do all of them except for February 14th. And I have a problem with the 12th and the 26th because there's like 3 that day.
I'll be able to take over the ones that you can't do there. But are there any members who are, if you look at the screen below, these are the dates that we have for all the joint public meetings coming up. We would love council members to show up. Generally, there's not a lot that you need to say, but we do need to be in the space so that we can be accountable to our constituents and available for any level of assistance. With that being said, is anyone able to commit to any of the times below, or will you be able to let the council know before end of week where you may be able to show up and assist Co-President Daniels and myself?
Virtual. Mm-hmm.
All the meetings are virtual.
Yeah, Ms. Butler was asking. Yes, I just told her.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I just need help with the 12th and the 26th because it's 3 and I can't.
No, I'll be there. I'll be there for those. I can help you out there, but we do want to encourage council members to show up in those spaces.
Yeah, for some of them too. Yeah, it's a whole bunch.
Okay, I got you. Whatever, just let me know.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Butler. please slow down for interpretation. Thank you so much. I will definitely slow down. Do we have any other members who
I can go to some of them. I just need to look I'll look offline and see which ones I can hop on for because I don't have my work schedule finished for February, but if they're virtual, I can definitely hop on some of them.
Okay,
Yeah, they
perfect.
virtual, all of them are virtual. So whatever you could do.
Okay. And so we want to now have a follow-up discussion for the Office of Pupil Transportation. Last night, we do thank the parents who showed up. We did have a very productive meeting with the Office of Pupil Transportation. We want to thank the 825 parents who submitted to the survey. The survey is always live and active on our website as well, in addition to you being able to email the council. We also have changed the busing email. It is now, if Shailene, could you type this into the chat as I speak? CCD75 busing issues. So at CCD75 BUSINGISSUES, busing issues at gmail.com. What you will want to do, and we started to get responses in that email now. Thank you, Haylene. You'll want to email the busing committee. Co-President Daniels is chair of that committee. We also do have Vanessa Barrero, who is willing to be co-chair of that. And it is exciting because she is bilingual and it is extremely helpful so that our parents who do speak Spanish have a really great strong suit in the council now. We will be taking if you have any other questions that did not get answered, please email the council because we will be forwarding the survey, all questions that were submitted. And we will also be going through the survey for all parents who stated that they had issues. And within the first busing meeting, we will discuss how we can assist you. And we will start moving into intake and helping you out hopefully soon. Chair Daniels will be letting us know when we can start the first meeting to prompt and move into that assistance.
I'm going to discuss it with Vanessa first, and then I'll let everybody know, since she's going to be co-chair.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. And with the surveys that was the next point on the agenda. We have the surveys out. I do have a link that I'm going to be sending to council members from the Office of Enrollment. We want to get your feedback in regard to the enrollment process, what you feel, what you think can be improved, and we'll go ahead and send that over. We have closed out the survey for parents who have submitted, and we will be sending that over hopefully by the end of the week or at the top of the week. We now have, the next space that we're moving into, we have executive session regarding member absences. Actually, we cannot go into executive session without a motion, so we will actually have to postpone that as well.
Because we don't have quorum, right?
Not have quorum, yes, so we will need to postpone that, but we can add that to a separate meeting. With that being said, we'll go ahead and adjourn the business meeting for 6:38 p.m. Now we will call to order the February calendar meeting for CCD 75 at 6:38 p.m. Haylene, would you be able to proceed with our roll call?
Sure. Christy Angel,
Present.
Brisa Arias, Jamaica Collins,
Present.
Andrea Daniels,
Present.
Christy Montalban,
Present.
Shanique Johnson,
Present.
Sean Herman, and Vanessa Borrero.
Present.
Unfortunately, we still don't have quorum.
Okay. With that being said, we're going to move the items on the agenda around, as some of them we will not be able to get to tonight. We have been asked by the district if we can allow our superintendent to lead us off on this agenda. So if Superintendent Kettler is here, or people from the district, if you're available, the floor is now yours.
Co-President Christy Angel, they said they don't have to go first now.
Okay.
They don't have the link, they said. They don't have the link.
They don't
to
have
log
to log.
The link, right? Yeah, they don't have the link to log in.
Okay, let's,
Aileen said she's gonna send it. I just heard her.
thank you so much.
Aileen
Thank you.
sent it. Okay, so give them a few minutes then. They gotta
Okay.
log in.
While we wait, we do want to bring up something that was brought up at the OPT meeting last night. The VIA app is available for all parents. We have been hearing that there have been issues with people logging in and things of that nature. There is a survey that PIST has PIST for busing has put out specifically to ask what your experience has been with the busing app. If you are currently having any conflicts and or issues with the app and you do need assistance, please do flag it and let us know at d75council@schools.nyc.gov. As we wait, I'll go ahead and jump into a couple of pieces here that we can go ahead and move off of the table in space for time. As you all know, we are, as a council, mandated to do an annual report every year about how our students are being serviced, how the district is serving the students, and basically how the DOE is serving our students, and give recommendations to the chancellor and make sure that we express our parent voices and have this information forward. What we are currently looking to do is hire an annual report writer. We currently do have a request out for writers. A writer that will work with us does need to be a New York City vendor. If you are a vendor, if you know members or members of the public who are in New York City vendors who would like to or have written annual reports before, if you could please forward them to our council with a writing submission so that we can attempt to use them as one of our bids to get the ball rolling for the annual report. And what I will throw out as we wait for the district to sign on, we do have a request to know if there is an update for our student representative on the council. We don't have one assigned yet, and we would love to have a student from District 75 show up and be able to give us student perspectives and to be a voice for students with us on the council. So if you would be able to speak to that when you do jump online, that would be excellent. Haylene, do we need any other level of assistance to help the district get online?
No, I'm still signing on. They have the link.
Okay, thank you. Co-President Daniels, do you want to start on your president's report, or do we want to wait a few minutes, let them start, and then we can just move on?
It's logged in already. I'm waiting for the rest to log in.
Okay, all
I think
right.
so. Logged in.
After the superintendent, we'll go ahead and jump into, I'm not sure if Rima is here tonight, if we can do district leadership updates. If you do have some updates, Co-President Daniels, that you can share, that will also be great. We do not have any current member reports. So after we have our superintendent, we'll jump into our Q&A with our parents. And we will have any other new business that has not been discussed from members, and then we'll be able to move on and forward with adjourning the meeting. Thank you for your patience in waiting as we get the district online.
How you doing, Christy? How's everybody?
Oh, Dr. Hoggard, there we go. You have the floor. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for having us. We always appreciate being in this space with everybody. I'll start off with the superintendent updates. If that is okay to start now?
Absolutely,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. All right. So just to start off with the superintendent updates, we'll start off on January 25th. The New York City Department of Ed hosted a parent and district leadership summit. District leadership was in attendance alongside our parent leaders. And during the district parent leadership summit, we were able to create, Superintendent Louison created norms. We draft commitments alongside of our parents. We actually have a meeting that's being scheduled for us to all come back together just to revisit those commitments and those norms that were created. We also brought about across the district the Bronx Green Machine, which 168X just actually had a ribbon cutting ceremony. And we're looking to expand the Bronx Green Machine across our district. It's pretty much a company that brings gardening into the classrooms. And today we celebrated 168. We know John Loshine, his school, a school out in Queens, they have it. There's a few schools across the Bronx. And today we actually had them come out and present to the principals during the principals meeting. And the plan is to expand the Bronx Green Machine across all boroughs so that these opportunities for our students are not just living in the Bronx. We also brought about our district pipeline structure to the district office, where this week we had a para to teacher pipeline happening at the district office. We had paraprofessionals from across our district come to 400 First Avenue, and they did a whole 4-day PD around being a paraprofessional, transitioning into a teacher. Look forward about being a teacher. We had presenters come out. We had presenters come out from the UFT office yesterday. They went through the process and talked about the pipeline of being a paraprofessional and to transitioning into a teacher. We also have our Aspiring Principals Institute happening at the district office. We have assistant principals from around our district office coming out to the district once a month for the next 4 or 5 months, really learning about the steps and the processes as to what it means to become a principal. We also have our Aspiring Assistant Principal Institute happening across District 75. We have teachers that are looking to transition into the assistant principal role that's a part of the Aspiring Assistant Principal Institute. We're also looking to bring Future Ready New York City to the district office. Right now, we currently have a few schools that's partaking of Future Ready New York City. Future Ready New York City, they have different categories, different topics that they're going to focus on, and the application is going to come out soon, but we're looking to expand. There's a focus around college and career readiness, post-secondary outcomes for the students. They have a focus for financial literacy. They also have a focus for college connections, and we're excited to be bringing them on. We have our My Brother's Keeper and My Sister's Keeper, a new chapter. We're looking to bring on the My Sister's Keeper alongside of the Bronx Borough President's Office. So right now, this week, Kathleen Lefevre pretty much facilitated the workshops for My Brother's Keeper, My Sister's Keeper. So we have new chapters happening around the different boroughs. And we had a large showing this week. We had people come out from Central to do some presentations to support with the My Brother's Keeper, My Sister's Keeper work. We also have a STEM fair coming up in March. March 20th is the date for our STEM fair. So please look out. We're going to be sending flyers. We're going to be sending information out pretty soon. So please keep a lookout for the upcoming STEM fair. And curriculum and instruction updates. We're excited to have plans in full swing for the upcoming annual District 75 STEM Fair on March 20th, 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. This year, the STEM Fair will be held at the American Museum of Natural History. And all these 75 organizations will be participating. They'll all play a part in that STEM Fair. And they'll be able to share their inquiry-based science learning, the learning that's taking place across all schools. I went around to some of the schools this week, and students, staff members were excited to show the work that they're doing in preparation of the STEM fair. They have like robotics and Legos. They're doing coding in the classrooms across the different schools. So please look out for that. Look out for the flyers. Look out for the information. We're going to share that with everybody soon. And we look forward to the participation of our parent leaders at this fun-filled interactive event. So parent leaders, we're going to make sure that flyers go out to all of you. And we would love to see everybody in attendance and everybody there to see the the excitement on our students' face, and they're putting a lot of work into the STEM fair. So we look forward to seeing you there, and we look forward to that day of fun. And at this time, I'm going to pass it off to Shelley for some information on literacy. Shelley, are you there?
Yes, hi. I'm gonna put me on camera too. I apologize. I'm here with the superintendent. I'm not able to unmute or get on camera on my own device. So apologies that I'm showing up under the superintendent's name. I'm so happy to be here with all of you as always this evening. Thank you as always, for including us in your meetings. And we are always happy to be able to share important pieces of information with you. What I'd like to share with you this evening is that today is World Read Aloud Day. This day is celebrated on the first Wednesday in February, and that means that it takes place today, February 7th this year. And this is a day that's dedicated not just to reading, but to the art and practice of reading aloud, and how appropriate for us to be able to speak of this during the year that we're so invested across District 75 and the city at large in New York City Reads. Stories were passed down, as we know, from generation to generation, even before writing was invented. And oral forms of storytelling were the earliest ways of preserving knowledge, insight, and creativity within our world and within our cultures. So this day helps us to bring the tradition of reading back while promoting literacy across our schools. So schools across the New York City public school system have been participating in read aloud events all throughout the day, including schools in District 75. And we have schools that are engaging in read aloud activities with their families this evening. And we are so happy to be able to celebrate this day of literacy building along with you. And I just wanted to ask the council, in the spirit of World Read Aloud Day, do we have time for a read aloud? I did bring a storybook with us. Would we be able to spend a few minutes to read a story together?
Yes.
Excellent. So this is a story that we had actually shared with our school leaders, at least the beginning of today during a meeting, but we're going to share the whole story with you. So in celebration of World Read Aloud Day, we are going to read a book together called Thank You, Amu. Thank You, Amu by Olga Mora. On the corner of First Street and Long Street, on the very top floor, Amu was cooking a thick red stew in a big fat pot for a nice evening meal. She seasoned and stirred it and took a small taste. What a delicious stew, Amu said. Tonight's dinner will surely be the best I have ever had. With that, Amu put down her spoon and went to read a book before supper. As the thick red stew simmered on the stove, its scrumptious scent wafted out the window and out the door and down the hill towards the street and around the block until knock, someone was at the door. When Amu opened the door, she saw a little boy. Little boy, Amu exclaimed, what brings you to my home? I was playing with my race car down the hill when I smelled the most delicious smell, the little boy replied. What is it? Thick red stew. Stew, he sighed. That sure sounds yummy. Amu thought for a moment. She was saving her stew for dinner, but she had made quite a bit. It would not hurt to share. Would you like some? The little boy nodded, and so Amu spooned out some thick red stew from the big fat pot for her nice evening meal. Thank you, Amu, the little boy said, and went on his way. With that, Amu closed the door and went back to her book. As she read, her thick red stew's scrumptious scent wafted out the window and out the door, down the hill towards the street and around the block until knock, knock. Someone was at the door. When Amu opened the door, this time she saw a police officer. Miss Police Officer, Amu exclaimed, what brings you to my home? I was on duty down the street when I smelled the most delicious smell. Miss Police Officer replied, what is it? Thick red stew. Ah, stew, she said, and her mouth watered. That sounds mighty tasty. Amu thought for a moment. There was still enough to share. Would you like some? The police officer nodded. Once again, Amu spooned out some thick red stew from the big fat pot for her nice evening meal. Thank you, Amu, the police officer said, and went on her way. And so for the second time, Amu closed the door and went back to her book. Sure enough, as she read, her thick red stew's scrumptious smell wafted out the window and out the door, down the hall towards the street and around the block until knock, knock, knock. Again, someone was at Amu's door. This time, when she opened it, she saw a hot dog vendor. Mr. Hot Dog Vendor, Amu exclaimed, what brings you to my home? I was selling my hot dogs down the block when I smelled the most delicious smell, Mr. Hot Dog Vendor replied. What is it? Thick red stew. Oh, stew, the vendor licked his lips. That sounds quite delectable. So Amu spooned out some thick red stew from the big fat pot for her nice evening meal. Thank you, Amu, the hot dog vendor said, and went on his way. Throughout the day, people from all across the neighborhood knocked on Amu's door. She fed a shop owner, a cab driver, a doctor, an actor, a lawyer, a dancer, a baker, an artist, a singer, an athlete, a bus driver, a construction worker. Even the mayor stopped by. And each time they knocked, Amu shared. Soon the sky darkened, the streetlights brightened, and it was finally time for dinner. But when Amu opened her big fat pot, thick red stew for her nice evening meal, it was empty. Amu sniffled. There goes the best dinner I ever had. Sorry and blue, she sat at the table with her empty pot until knock, 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 knock. Who could that be, Amu wondered. When she opened her door, she saw the little boy, the police officer, the hot dog vendor, the shop owner, the cab driver, the doctor, the actor, the lawyer, the dancer, the baker. Why, everyone she fed today was at her door. I'm sorry, everyone, Amu sighed. My thick red stew is all gone. I have nothing left to share. The little boy tugged at Amu's sleeve. Don't worry, Amu. We are not here to ask. We are here to give. The police officer carried in a fresh salad. The mayor entered with a roasted chicken. The baker brought in a collection of sweet goodies. Even the little boy presented Amu with something special in a shiny red envelope. Everyone who had knocked on Amu's door that day squeezed inside her tiny apartment, and together they ate, danced, and celebrated. While Amu's big fat pot of thick red stew was empty, her heart was full of happiness and love. The dinner was the best she had ever had. Thank you, Amu, and thank you all for letting us share World Read Aloud Day with you.
This is so awesome. Thank you for sharing. I'm actually going to probably try to make a snippet of just the read aloud so we can have that up on the website to help you guys celebrate. So thank you so much for being willing to share. with literacy. And I want to go ahead and open the floor up to our council members or to parents if you have any questions for the district. Or am I skipping over Superintendent Kettler? Please don't. If I'm moving fast, I'll slow down.
No, Deputy Superintendent, Dr. Haggard spoke on my behalf. I'm just spreading the welfare. We all
Awesome.
here to support, but he did share superintendent remarks on my behalf.
Okay, thank you so much. With that being said, do we have any council members that have any questions for the district?
You said we was gonna discuss about the student rep for the council, I think.
Yes. Do we have an update regarding that, Superintendent Kettler?
What was the question?
We were wondering when we might have one of our excellent D75 students assigned to the council.
I know Sasha and her team was working on that with Amanda, who run our student council. I don't know if
I'm
any.
here.
Oh, okay. So please.
Good evening, parents. Ms. Angel, we should have an update for you in terms of the 2 reps that you would be able to meet. I know you wanted to have more than 1 student in case one isn't able to make it. We'll be able to share that update with you shortly.
Thank you so much. That's appreciated. Appreciated. I'm glad to know that that ball is moving and we'll have a student on our council soon. Did you want to, I didn't want to forget, I know you guys sent out the district meeting for 2/28. I don't have it in front of me, but I would like to let the parents know, or is it only just, am I moving ahead of it? Is it just for District 75 stakeholders?
It's actually just for the presidents, secretaries, and treasurers of each school PTA.
Okay.
With leadership, of course, CCD 75 and President's Council and DLT, along with district and school leaders.
Okay. And where's the location again on the 28th? At Baruch?
It's going to be at Baruch College, yes.
Okay. And we'll make sure to help support in any manner to get that information out to our District 75 people at President's Council. However, we can support you and Nora to make sure that everyone can be there and engaged.
We'd love to reach out to you guys again as leadership of the council, just to talk about your role. So we'll certainly be reaching out to you. Nora will be reaching out to you guys soon to schedule a bit of time before the break where we can connect on how best to do that.
Much appreciated. Thank you so very much for that. Do any council members have any other questions in regard to anything that we've discussed with the district so far tonight?
No, I just have a general question about our other public advocate appointee. We're gonna need to reach out to them again to see what's going on with that 1 vacancy.
Yes, we can do that. And speaking of vacancies, we do have 1 more vacancy on the council, so we'll be putting out another flyer for that. If you all do know any people that would be great to work on the council, we do have a position open. Please do forward them to the council or any recommendations if you could. Now we will open the floor up to the public. I want to ask the interpreters, do you have any questions on your interpretation lines?
Okay, in Mandarin line, so far, no question.
Okay, thank you.
No
And on the
question, no
Spanish
comments
line?
in the Spanish line.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any parents that are online who do have any questions for the district and for the superintendent? I see none. Does anyone see any hands? I don't see any hands on this end. Let me double check. Okay, I see no hands. With that being said, since we do not have quorum, we do not have any additional items that we can discuss and or vote on today. There is a space where I know Councilmember Butler and Co-President Daniels did attend the meeting that was just brought up by the district at Boys and Girls High School. Did either one of you want to add any feedback or response to your time at the meeting or what you may have learned or can contribute back to the council?
I mean, he basically explained what went on. We just kind of collaborated with the district, just in a different setting, you know, with parent leaders and all the CEC,
Okay.
CECs were there, you know, from districts 1 through 32, 75 and everything. And, of course, the chancellor was there and his team. So, you know, they started off with like a comedian, like to make us laugh, I think.
Okay.
At first, and then it was like we went into the business after that. So if Shanique have any further comments, she could comment next.
Are there any other action items from that meeting, or is it just the 228 meeting that's coming up?
Well, that's the continuation of what we
Okay.
started at Boys and Girls High School, actually.
Okay. Ms. Butler, did you have any add-on, or if not, it's okay.
Yeah, about the different CEC District 75 reps, we wanted to see if we can have more communication with them, with the superintendent, maybe bringing meetings for us, we can come together. Besides what we're doing at our district, you know, if they helping, that'd be great.
Yes, we did. I'll say that we did have a meeting, Co-President Daniels and I, with the superintendent staff, and that is something that they are diligently looking into. So we can definitely follow up with the district to see what that may look like date-wise, and when they may be able to start those types of meetings to be able to give a voice to the District 75 reps and a straight space to escalate things to outside of our council as well. Do we have any other parents or members that have any questions? If not,
Nora
will-
has a hand up.
okay, you have the floor. Nora?
Thank you, thank you. I just wanted to share that I do have some family engagement updates.
Okay.
Do you want me to briefly share those updates with
Yes,
with all of our
please.
parents here? Okay. Let me just lower my hand because I know that's could be annoying. Okay. So good evening, everyone. Once again, thank you so much for taking time out of your evening to join these council meetings. You know, your advocacy goes a long way, so your collaboration is always appreciated. In terms of family engagement, as always, we bring you updates with when it comes to NICSA numbers. So far this month, we've maintained our average 64% of families with activated accounts. You know, we continue to encourage schools to support families with activating their accounts. We encourage our PA and PTAs to please assist us in supporting our families to sign up for NICSA. As we have been learning over the past few months regarding this OPT VIA app, although as we learned last night during the OPT meeting, that there are some challenges with the app. The parent can't even open the app, the VIA application without a New York City Schools account. So families, if you do not have a New York City Schools account, if you need your code, please make sure that to reach out to your school team, your parent coordinator, so that way they may assist you with opening this NICSA. In collaboration with MBK, My Brother's Keeper, District 75 will be hosting a father's group and a mother's group. These sessions will be in person at the district office on March 2nd, April 13th, May 4th, and June 1st. Registration will be limited. More information about this really exciting program will be coming soon, flyers, and that registration link will be shared. So, you know, please be on the lookout for any information regarding this really great opportunity for our families.
Can you repeat the dates of that?
Will do. And I'll put in the chat too. March 2nd, April 13th, May 4th, and June 1st. An opportunity for families during the midwinter break on February 22nd, Include NYC will be hosting an online workshop from 5 to 6 p.m. about advocacy skills for families. Flyers and registration links will be shared shortly. This workshop, please note that will be held only in English, but they may provide a Spanish session based upon need. So please definitely let us know. It's an exciting collaboration with District 75 office and Include NYC, as they will also be providing additional virtual workshops during the upcoming months of March and April. Once again, please be on the lookout. We're going to be sharing flyers and registration links and so on. Something that Christy has touched upon, and we are truly excited to share with you, parents at District 75, first ever Parent Leadership and Empowerment Forum. This will take place on February 28th. And what's the focus of this forum? The focus is inviting a school administrator, a parent coordinator, and the PA/PTA Executive Board, for all of these members in this school community to come together, to have conversations, to share expectations, and to leave this forum with a sense of collaboration and a foundation and with clear expectations and moving forward. We're really excited about this opportunities for our school communities. You know, it will be held at Baruch, and the Ramapo for Children will be facilitating a very big portion of this meeting, with activities and team leadership, building activities, and just it's going to be a great opportunity. So we're really excited, and we will be sure to share the results and, you know, news and the outcome of this forum with all of you in March. So I look forward to seeing you then, and I hope that all of you are well, and take care.
Thank you so much, Nora.
Thank you for the space.
Absolutely. Do we have any other people from the district that wanted to say anything before we move into adjourning the meeting? Or are there any additional questions for Nora at this point? Seeing none, we will move to, oh, I see Include NYC. Oh, that's the information. We'll give parents a moment to look at that information in the chat. What we will do is go ahead and release the interpreters at 7:12 p.m. And if there is nothing further, we do want to thank you for coming to the meeting tonight. Please do register. We're going to update the website at CCD 75 so that parents have easy access for the Include NYC virtual fair. We do want you to be able to have these resources available to you. So with that being in mind, look out for our website, look out for social media so that we make this easy for you guys to join in and do what you need. Additionally, before I forget, council members, we want to get you reimbursed. We, public advocate John, who's not here tonight, has volunteered to be our treasurer, so we'll be able to vote that in at our next meeting. But in the interim, Co-President Daniels and I are the members who will be signing your reimbursement. So we do want to make sure at whatever point you guys did start, if it was in November, if it was prior to November, we want to make sure that we reimburse you for your travel and the different monies that you have spent. If there is any issue with filling out the paperwork and the forms, please let us know. We can send you a sample and help and walk you through that. Please reach out to Haleen or speak to her right in person. If you have a moment to fill out the form in front of you, just longhand right now and hand those to Haleen, we can go ahead and start getting those processed for you as well. With that being said, if there's no more questions or comments in the chat box, we will go ahead and adjourn this meeting for the CCD 75 Joint Business and Calendar at 7:13 p.m. Thank you everyone for joining us and for being a part of the meeting. And we definitely will hope to see you soon. Stay safe and get home safely. Thank you. Bye guys.
Good night, everyone.